What's up, you guys? Today we're talking about my 3 favorite books on building wealth. Jim Rohn once said, "Reading is essential for those who seek to rise above the ordinary." Let's go. Before I get into my first book, I just want to say how important it is just to read every single day. My whole life I've had dyslexia, so it's something that's been really challenging for me. But if you look at all these successful people like Warren Buffett, Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, everything that they have in common is they read every day. So this past year I set a goal to read a book every single month, and I ended up doubling that, and I read over 25 books this past year. And can I just say how much of a difference it's made, mainly with just my mindset and then the action that I've taken. And I just want to give a big shout out to Casey Baugh, who reads a book every single week, and you post them all on Instagram. So you've been a big motivation to me, man, so keep it up. Coming in at number 3 is The Richest Man in Babylon. I love this book because it's a really easy read, or you can listen to it in a couple hours. It's basically a story about this young man who grew up in Babylon times, and the book's told in kind of parables, but his whole goal is he wants to become super wealthy. So what he does is he goes and finds the richest man in Babylon, and he wants to learn from him. And this wise old man basically says, hey, rule number 1, you have to pay yourself first. So for him, he says, save 1/10 of everything you make, and save for a year, and then come back and speak with me. And after a year, this young man comes and had saved all this money, and he invested it in some random thing. So he said, hey, save for another year, save 1/10 of everything you make. And the gist of it is to basically invest in what you know best. The next key takeaway in this book is after you've paid yourself first, you're saving 1/10 of everything you make, you have to take action, because great fortune comes to those who are willing to take action. Overall, this book is a great book that's such an easy read, but it really helps you change your mindset on little things that you can do each day to keep saving and paying yourself first. And over time, as you continue to save, that mass, or your critical mass, what I like to call it, it just builds and builds and builds until eventually your money is just working for you, until you just have passive income coming through. Coming in at number 2 is Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game. Everyone knows Tony Robbins as being a motivational speaker, someone who can really help people grow personally, whether that's in their family, in their work, in career, or just anything in life, and find happiness. But for me, what really drew me to this book is the questions that he asked some of the richest people in the world. So after 2008, during the financial crisis, when everything's just crashing around you, people are freaking out, your 401k's down 50%, he went around to the richest people in the world, like Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, David Swenson, all of these just really, really wealthy billionaires, and he asked them one question, and this is what really got me interested. He said, when you die, if you can't leave any money to your family, all you can do is leave them with a set of principles to live by, what would that be? And this book really dives into a lot more deeper topics like portfolio allocation, where he's asking these billionaires, basically, what percentage are you investing into stocks, bonds, real estate, gold, commodities, all these different things to be diversified. And the whole point of Tony Robbins writing this book and meeting with all these billionaires is he wanted to find out how he could help the everyday average person not just to be financially independent, but to have financial freedom. Because most of us in our 401ks, our IRAs, we have no idea what percentage is going to stocks and to bonds and what type of portfolio allocation we have. And he talks about how that is the single most important thing that you can do over your investing career. And most people don't realize how much of a fee that they have that's being charged just to manage their 401k account. So if you have an 8% return for that year, but you have 3% of management fees, and then minus inflation, you're really not gaining that much for the year. And this can add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars over a 30, 40 year working career. And the single most important thing is just to pay yourself first. Set aside a certain percentage every single month, a minimum of 10%, but if that's too much for you right now, start with 4%, start with 5%, and next month add it to 6%, then 7%, and continue to cut out some expenses and some little things that you spend more money on every single day, and start investing that for your future. But this is a fantastic book for those who want to take a more active management style on their investments. But I highly recommend it also for everyone else that can really look into their 401k account or their IRAs and see how many fees that you're being charged, because that really adds up, like I said, to potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars over a 40-year working career. One of the biggest takeaways from the book is a portfolio allocation, or simply a way to invest your money, what percentage you're investing into stocks and bonds and different asset classes to minimize your downside and maximize your gains. So like I said, it's a fantastic book. It's pretty long, so I still recommend to go through it, because you're definitely going to benefit from it. And before I get to the number one book, don't forget to smash that like button and let me know in the comments below what your favorite books are. That could be anything from building wealth or just personal development in general. Coming in at number one, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I highly recommend this book to everybody. The whole book talks about buying assets and not liabilities. He talks about an asset being anything that's going to pay you rent. I've really come to understand this concept over the past year and a half with owning my self-storage facility, commercial real estate, and my duplex. My grandpa always told me growing up, you can either pay rent or you can collect rent. And man, that is so true. So this book does a fantastic job with just changing your mentality on little things that you can do to save money and then buy those assets that's going to change your life forever. In the book, Robert talks about buying 4 greenhouses and then trading that in for a red hotel. So basically you can buy your first duplex. So you budget, you putting aside a certain percentage every single month, and you're saving. It might take you a year or 2 or 3 years to come up with the down payment. But when you buy that first property and you rent it out and you have positive cash flow and you continue to save and reinvest that cash flow, and you buy another property, and this could be another duplex or a triplex, fourplex, and you just do that over and over again, and then you trade it in and buy your big property. And as you continue to do this over and repeat, over your lifetime, you're going to be in a position where you won't just have financial independence, but you'll have financial freedom. So that's it, you guys. Those are my 3 favorite books on building wealth. As I continue to grow my financial journey, the whole point of me creating this YouTube channel is so that I can help you guys in some way become more financially free as well. Because 47% of Americans can't cover a $400 expense, and 78% live paycheck to paycheck. And if that's you, just know that you're not alone, but there's little things that we can do each day to grow our financial literacy and to continue to move forward every single day by those little things that we do to become financially free. And if you guys are interested in reading these books, I'll put a link down in the description below for each of them, and then a few other books that I suggest reading as well.